Hope everyone is fine and safe. Thank you so much, guys, for this. In today's webinar, we are going to speak about finding the best market for CFDs trading. Now, the main objective of actually this webinar is to tell you guys how you could know what pair to trade, what asset class to trade, when to trade, when not to trade. Okay, because there are some requirements before you enter or you jump into a trade. There are some requirements that you need to know in order to jump to that trade. Okay, one of the key pillars from in jumping to the trade or to make a profit in the market or in the CFDs market is exactly to know what to trade, what I'm doing. Okay, am I just looking for any pairs or no? Or do I have a specific pair to trade? And what is the best time for that pair? Or I'm trading in the correct time for the specific pair or not? So the main objective of this webinar is to what should I trade exactly? Now, of course, what I'm going to say here, and this is just a disclaimer from my side, this is not a financial advice. This is not a strategy. This is not anything. This is general speaking, general education topic in order to help you to understand more how you can choose your pair according to your timing, according to your personality, according to your trading style, according to what suits you, what suits your lifestyle at the end. Okay, so there is nothing specific, nothing 100% correct. Whatever suits me may not suits Philip, may not suits Frank, may not suits Rachel, Estelia, whatever, right? So we were just gonna speak about something that is general, and I hope you enjoy this webinar. Now, before we start, again, I just want to start with the traditional question that I'm asking every single webinar. Guys, do you classify yourself as a beginner trader, intermediate trader, or advanced trader? And please write write your answer in the chat box. Intermediate or Mark, Frank, beginner. All right. I need more answers. Beginner, beginner, intermediate for Philip. John, intermediate. All right. Okay, that's great. That's fair enough for me. Now, okay, so let's start with the topic, beginner for Goodwin. Thank you guys for answering. All right. Okay. Now, what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to show you the content that we're gonna cover today, what traders need to make in order to make a profitable trade, the market sentiment, and I'm going to give you a brief again for those who didn't join our community. What are the benefits of networking with other traders and joining the trading community for PU Prime? I just want to know the best time to buy or sell for trading. I will answer this Estelia right now at the moment, but I will just, build the story from the scratch so I make the content easier and understandable for everyone. Okay, and of course, I'll tell you what is the best time. Okay, so let's get it started. Okay, guys, do you see my screen? All good. All good. Can you see the screen? Okay, that's brilliant. All right, now, so if I jump to the first topic here, what traders need to make a profitable trade? Now, before we start the explanation of what trader needs to make a profitable trade, first of all, we need to understand what do I mean actually by the word profitable trade, right? So a profitable trade, it's a trade from my definition, okay? It's not necessary that you make money in this trade. Okay, so you will tell me how this is possible. Profitable trade, is there a recording? Yes, 100%. Okay. Yeah. So a profitable trade does not mean for me that you make money. Okay. Of course, we are trading in order to make money, But a profitable trade, in my definition, I would say it is following the rules. This is for me. Even if this trade is even if this is trade is a loss, but you followed your rules, for me, this is a profitable trade. Now, of course, we don't want this to happen, okay? Because if you are just keep losing and following your rules, there must be something wrong, okay? So definitely, we will be speaking about also the rules. Now, the rules would differ, okay? Now, this introduction, okay, we need to make money. We need to make money by following our rules, right? In order to make a profitable trade. Now, a profitable trade is a combination of three factors. Three factors, if you master them, okay, your profits is going to be more than your losses, okay? So let's check what is the first thing. The first thing, do you have any guesses? What is the first factor that would make you a profitable trade? Okay, so I do have three factors. Any guesses for the first factor? Any guesses? Let's make it interactive. The risk to reward ratio. Okay. Identity, what to trade. All right. What else? So in order to answer my question, I have Benedict. I hope I'm pronouncing it correct. Okay, I would say Robbins, easier for me. And Frank, they said risk to reward ratio and identity to what to trade. Now, these two answers, okay, they are correct. They are not, I'm not saying they are incorrect. They are correct, 100%. However, the first thing first, when it comes to trading, is that you need a very simple thing. Very simple thing. You need a strategy. Okay? Because the risk to reward ratio is going to be based on your strategy. What to trade is going to be based on your strategy. Number two, your risk management. This as well is going to be based on your strategy. And then the last thing, and this is for me, is the timing when to trade. So the strategy, the risk management, and the third thing, I do need a volume to trade. Okay, of course, we need to have a capital, we need to have a risk management, we need to have a strategy. But in this topic specifically, I'm going to mention, okay, I'm going to mention, or I'm going to focus about the volume. Okay, I'm going to speak about the volume in a specific, right? Now, for the strategy, what time frame to trade, you make enough money? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to speak about no, Ronald, it's not what time frame to trade. This is does not what I mean by timing. I mean by timing when to trade, not the time frame. When to trade. When you should open your laptop, open the chart, and start to analyze the market. It has a specific time. Okay, so the strategy, it should be straightforward strategy. Okay, some people, with all respect to any strategy that is published on social media, is published on YouTube, whatever, some people they do have a strategy, but they still keep guessing what's going to happen in the market. If you have a strategy and you still keep guessing what is going to happen, what is the next movement, this is not a strategy from my side. Okay, so, and the guessing in the strategies, actually, guys, it happens because of complicated rules, complicated concepts. You will keep thinking, am I doing it correct? Is what I have learned from the very difficult, terms That is, now everyone is making a new model, the SB model. So I do have SB model. I don't know what is it. The SK model. I don't know what is it. ICT. I don't know what is it. SMC. I don't know what is it. So all of these concepts, believe me, they are based on a very simple thing, which is demand and supply. But the terms and the conditions and the rules are a lot. Okay? Some people they make money out of these strategies, yes. But now, if we are in a beginner level or intermediate level, we need to make everything crystal clear. I just need one, two, three. This is met, this is met, this is met. I'm going to enter the trade. That's it, right? But if you are just going to analyze the market structure, know the bias, know the candlestick better, wait for the fair value gap to form, and then wait for the retest, and then wait for the inverted fair value gap. This is a lot. And believe me, there is no 100% completion or the strategy, the market is not going to give you this every single day, every single hour. Okay. So the more simple in trading, the more profits. Okay. Believe me, the more simple, the more profits. So the strategy, okay, shouldn't be a guessing strategy. It should be rules-based strategy. Rules-based strategy. So rules-based. We need to have three rules, four rules, whatever. One, two, three, and then I'm doing my checklist. If the conditions are met, I'm enter the trade. Whatever happens in the trade, I don't care. Whatever happens in the trade, I don't care. Now, guys, can you write to me in the chat box? Why having a simple strategy based on rules only, few number of rules that is crystal clear? Why this is important? Why this is so important in trading? Takes emotion out of it. Thank you so much. That's the best answer. The best answer. Because 100% stiffens. Thank you so much, guys. No emotions. No emotions allows you to be disciplined 100%. And you will start to be more confident because if the strategy is working and the rules are correct, right? And it started to work with you, then believe me, trading will start to click. So there is no emotions when it comes to rules. Okay? Emotions are out. That's it. Done. So the first pillar to make a profitable trade is a good strategy. Is what is a good strategy. Okay? And a very simple strategy. Number two is the risk management. And the risk management is going to be, you know, a result of your good strategy. Because if your strategy is good, you have a clear rules to follow, then your risk management is also going to be clear. And that's it. Very simple. Okay. Now, the risk management, I would like to define it, or I love to define it, is the amount that I am willing to lose without affecting my emotions. The amount that I am willing to lose without affecting my emotions. So if I lost, then I'm not going to stare in the charts and start to click buy and sell, and start to do the revenge trading. Okay. I lost, let's say, $500 a day. That's fine for me. I'm okay. I lost 100. I lost 50. I lost 10. There is no single specific number because the capital is going to vary from one person to another. So by that, we need to follow a risk management. The risk management should be on a strategy, but some people say the risk management, it should be 1 to 2% per trade. Okay. And I don't do that. I don't do that. Why? Because the 1 to 2% per trade is only for qualified traders. Now, who is a qualified trader? A qualified trader is the one who has very high capital, right? Because it does not make any sense. It does not make any sense if you have $100 in your trading account and you are risking 1 to 2%, let's say 2%, which is $2, in order to have risk to reward ratio of 1 to 2 to make a $4. Eventually, your emotion is going to destroy you because you entered an industry to make money. $4 is nothing. At the end of the day, you are going to make $100 per month, which is nothing, right? So if you have a small capital, let's say less than, I would say $10,000, okay? Do not follow the 1 to 2%. $10 plus, $10 plus, you have to follow the rules. Okay? 1 to 2% at that point of time is going to make sense. Below that, I would say I'm not gonna make it too much, like 5K to 10,000. Okay, follow the 1 to 2%. Below this, there is no 1 to 2% at all, right? And this is my perspective, like a revenge trading. Yeah. Okay. Right. Now, the most important thing is the volume. Now, guys, what is the definition of a volume? Some people say, a lot of people saying like volume, volume. We do hear the word volume a lot, but we do not get what is the volume. So in order to understand what is the volume, let me just add a new slide. Let me add a new slide and explain the volume for you. Okay, so let's just add a new slide here. And I want to, okay, the annotations, let's delete it. Okay. Okay, so if we want to understand what is the volume, okay, so let's write here the volume. Now, guys, if you entered a market, now we do understand, we do know that the market is opening 24/5, right? So we have the market in front of us 24 hours, 5 days a week, okay? Except for the Bitcoin, it opens 24/7. Any crypto assets, it is open 24/7. But for the major currencies, for the gold, for the silver, for the oil, we just have 5 days a week. Now, as a trader, okay, believe me, everything is linked to your emotions. So in order to be successful in this industry, you need to help yourself by finishing the trade as earlier as you can. You need to remove the risk from the trade as soon as possible, right? So volume happens when I do have candle like this, a candle, a big candle like this, right? So this is what? This is a volume in the market. Now, why this big body candle represent a volume in the market? Because the price, let's say, jumped from $100 to 105, and jumping $5 in a 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes, that's a huge number. It's not a small number, right? Now, do you prefer to enter the market when the market is having candlesticks looks like this, or you enter the market where the candlesticks are doing something like this? Is it which is better for you guys? Okay, what's gonna make you much more relieved, relaxed? Okay, when you enter a trade here, or when you enter a trade here and the market goes slowly, 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 slowly. Okay, I just want to know, number one or number two is better for you? Of course, 100% with no doubt, number one. Why? Because there is a momentum. There is a momentum in the market. It means there is a team of institutions, traders are buying the market right now. Okay. So I don't need to wait for a longer time to make my profit comes into, to make my trade comes into profit. And then let's assume that I'm putting my stop loss here and then the market started to push higher, then I made my stop loss at a break even. Okay, now you are really 100% no emotions. Okay, so this is the best thing. Especially, I would say if you are a scalper, okay, this is the best thing. You have to remove the risk as soon as you can. As soon as you can. If you didn't remove the risk as soon as you can, then believe me, you are going to face a lot of emotions, a lot of emotions, difficulties, and it will take you out of the market. Okay, usually I am a scalper. Sometimes I do become a swing trader. Okay, I'm not just following one certain thing. Now, you would ask me, okay, Ahmed, when do you prefer to come to a swing trader? If I entered, like, let's say, two trades, and the two trades as a scalper, they made me a profit. Then what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna enter a trade and then I'm gonna keep my stop loss. I'm not gonna move it, and I will keep the market runs. Now, this trade that I took, okay, it's now making to me $2,000. I don't know, guys, if you can see it. This trade is almost like 4 hours back, and I have never, kept a trade for 4 hours. You know why? Because um, in the morning, in the Tokyo session, I took two trades and I made a profit. So for now, for me, what if I kept the trades run? Okay, anyhow, I'm not losing anything. I'm not losing because I moved my stop loss to the entry point. I'm not gonna book any profit. Okay, I'm gonna leave it. Okay, now we still have around 1 hour, so the New York market session is gonna open. I'll just keep it. Okay, so here, your emotion is going to be destroyed. And once you start, the emotion comes into the trade. This is going to be the worst trade ever. Loss, profit, loss, profit, break even, loss, profit. Should you close or should you keep it? Now, if you did so, okay, and your trades most of the time are doing something like this is not the mistake of your strategy. This is not the mistake of your analysis. This is not mistake of anything. It is only the mistake of the timing. You entered a trade in a wrong way. Okay. Okay. How you do the stop loss? Okay. I'll show you here. Let me just remove the annotations from the screen so you can see it clearly. Okay, so I've entered the trade, okay, here at 4,699. Okay, there was some losses, some profit, losses, profit. Now, because I trust my strategy, I trust the strategy, I have now it's making to me. Now, this is my position. It is exactly, I don't know, guys, if you can see it or not. Where is it? Oh my God, I closed it. Okay. Yeah, so it is 4,699 and I closed it because the take profit was hit. Okay, so you can see the take profit was hit. I don't know if you can see it or not. The take profit was hit and that's it. So $2,000 booked for today for this trade. It was a long trade, long time trade. So that's it. We don't see your phone. Yeah, I know because I don't have MT5 on the laptop. This is MT5. This is MT5, guys. Yeah. So this is the trade that I took based on my rules, my trade, my strategy. Okay. This is the first trade I took, and this is the second trade I took. Okay. So I took everything that is below the dotted white line and again here. Okay. So this is a trade that I took, two trades I took. Okay. Now, what else? Yeah, that's my trade. Okay. Any questions so far? Any question? Is this on the PU Web Trader? No. How big was the trade? It was two lots. Standard ECN prime. Okay, definitely we can do a webinar on this, of course. My trade was two lots, and another one was 2.5 lots. Okay, so this is exactly for 699, guys. This is, I don't know if you can see it. You can see two take profits were hit. Okay, for 2,000. $860. Why didn't you take the middle trade below the line? Now, this is, of course, depends on the strategy, the rules. I don't deviate from my rules. Okay, now, regardless of the profit, regardless of the strategy, regardless of the trade that I took, okay, but uh, okay, yeah, for me, this is fair enough. For me, this is fair enough. Okay. Now, as you can see, the market here, we have big candles, big candles. Why there is a big candle? Because the London session is working at the moment, and we do have what? We do have the New York session is about to open. The New York session is about to open. So as you can see, the candle, the market is beautifully going down. Okay, I put my take profit at this level. Okay, and I sold from here. I take all of this at two lot. It makes me $2,000. That's fair enough for me. I don't need anything else, right? In addition, I took this trade. This was 2.5 lots, and that's it. I don't need anything else, right? I'm not from the persons who keep the 1 to 10 risk to reward ratio or 1 to 5. Usually it's 1 to 3, sometimes, or most of the time, it's 1 to 1. I don't need more than this. Now, if you change your mindset to become a trader who, you are satisfied with your profits, you are okay. And if you are doing it on a daily basis, believe me, this is going to be the game changer for you, right? Because if you are targeting, now let's assume this is your stop loss and this is your take profit. Okay, so here we do have what? Here we do have the stop loss, and here is the take profit. Now, this is for me is let's say this is a 1 to 6 risk to reward ratio. But on the other hand side, if you have a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 1 or 1 to 2, okay, now definitely this is better. However, the market, when it moves, it's not going to move in a straight line. It's gonna move like this, sometimes go up and down. And maybe there will be a huge pullback. It takes you out, and then the market goes to where you want. So you wait, you lost your emotion, and you lost your confidence in yourself. And the probability of hitting the take profit, it is very low. Let's say 40% to hit your take profit. But here, the market goes like this. Okay, I just need this small movement. Okay, so there is a high probability, 80% to 90%, that my take profit is going to be hit. So as a risk to reward, definitely this is better. But the probability of occurrence, this is better. Psychologically, this is better. Okay, so I prefer to do this on every single day rather than waiting the whole day for 1 to 6 to reward ratio, and maybe I didn't get it at the end. You have to be smart. You have to be smart with the market. The market needs you to be a smarter. Do your mathematics calculation, right? Now, is everything clear for you guys for this point? Everything is fine, is clear, all good? All right. You need the strategy now, guys. No strategy. Frank, why 50%? No, the strategy, I'm gonna show you where is the strategy. Okay. What would be the best source of information to understand market movement in real time? I'll show you. Frank's still learning. Okay. Now, Frank, please, if you have any question, anything in that comes to your mind, please write in the chat. Do not hesitate. Okay. Okay. Now, so we all choose to trade where the market is actually moving in a good way, moving with a high volume. I need high candles, same as you see right now. Okay, so as you can see, the market, if I kept my trade, okay, but I don't want to do this. Okay, if I kept my trade, I would have made, much more money. Now, of course, I can see here some sort of rejection in this middle. So this is why I have highlighted this yellow line. A sort of rejection might happen here. Okay, and then if the price breaks below this level, it will continue because as you can see on the left-hand side, there is no rejection. The rejection started from here. So this is going to be the next rejection, right? So this is why I said, okay, if the market is gonna go here, this is the rejection area. Okay, I put my take profit, and that's it. Thank you so much for today, right? Okay. You talked about three confirmation. That's what is missing for me. No, no, no. Forget about the confirmations right now. Forget about the strategy. Don't. We are not speaking about the strategy because this strategy that I'm doing, it is a new strategy that I've just created like 2 months back, right? I will teach it to you guys. Okay, everything in the Pure Prime community, everything is there. Everything is there. Okay, I will teach it to you. I'm not gonna, it's not a secret. Okay, I don't like to keep my strategies as a secret. No, I've created the strategy. I'm testing the strategy. I just want to make sure that everything is fine because I am, making the rules for this strategy. What is the best thing? What is the best time? What to trade? What not to trade? Where is my stop loss? How many trades should I take based on this strategy? And so on. So it is not a secret. Now, the strategy that I'm using actually it is based on the price action, support, and resistance, and I'm going to show you the full course that you need to watch for free, right? Okay, so we agreed that this is the best time to trade, okay, when the market is giving you this beautiful volume, as you can see. That's what I like to see. This is what you as a trader would like to see. Now, you do not trade when the market is doing this. This is where the people loses their money. We don't need this. Now, you would tell me, how could you know that the market is going to move like this at this specific time? Of course I can know. Of course I can know, right? Now, let's go back to the slides and tell you that the market is opening for 24 hours, 5 days a week. Can I trade at any point of time? The answer is definitely, definitely big no. And don't do that. Big no, right? Do not trade at any point of time, right? Why? When should I trade? Now, guys, the market is classified into sessions. The market is classified into sessions, market sessions. Now, I need to know or understand the clarifications or the correlation between these sessions. So, how many sessions do we have? We do have we do have three sessions. We have the Asian session, we have the London session, we have the New York session, right? Now, every single session of these sessions, every single session, they have their own characteristics, and there are specific pairs that you need to trade in every single session. So I don't know, guys, actually, what are your timing? I don't know what is your office hours. I don't know when are you free. Okay, but you need to understand this very well. Now, the Asian session, the Asian session, you need to have or to trade these pairs only. Why? Why I cannot trade on the Asian session USD JPY? Because in a very simple idea, very simple term, in the Asian session, the JPY is active, that the USD is closed. So there is no volume. And in order to make a profit, you must trade something that is strong and something that is weak. And both of them, they should be actively in the market. So if you are trading USD JPY, you're not going to have a profit. You are just going to see some small, tiny candles on the chart. But if you jump to NZD, AUD, for example, it's going to be good. If you found the gold, now the gold in the Asian session is amazing, amazing. Okay, now when trading gold, what about do screen you are displaying? Mention take the trade. How do you take the trade? Do it on my. It is it on my? Yeah, Frank. I'll show you. I'll show you the MT5. Anyhow, I'm gonna show you the MT5 how you can take a trade. But for now, yes, MT5 is in your phone. This is the application where you execute the trade, right? Okay, so you need to open a broker account, and then definitely they will give you the username and the password for the MT5. From that, you can execute. Okay, yes. So guys, now I'm trying to help you. What should I trade? Okay, so in Asian session, you understand that you can trade only these things. Now, in the London session, you can only trade these things. In the New York session, you can trade these things. Now, and this is going to answer a lot of questions in your mind. Why do all of the traders trade gold? Why gold becomes so very popular in the market? Because in all the sessions, gold has volume. In all the sessions, gold has volume. But for the currency pairs, they wait for a specific timing. Now, even the gold right here, the gold here, there are specific timings where you should look at the gold. Now, I have received a very beautiful question from Atish. When trading gold, would it be wise to trade it in the UK session? If you're not able to trade it in the US session, yes. Okay. Now, I would like to trade gold. Okay. I love to trade gold. Now, you guys, you understand what is the pairs that you need to trade in every single session. And just to let you know that the session is not exactly when the market opens, because you need to understand that I do mean by the word session, there is always the market session is we have a pre-session, pre-market opens, and the session itself. And then the market closes. In all of these times, there will be a volume. So the pre-market is going to be volume. The market opens. When the session actually opens, there is a volume. When the market closes, there is a volume. Okay, so these are the timings. Okay, if you would like guys to take a screenshot of it. Okay, anyhow, the recording of the webinar is going to be published on the PO Prime community, so you can rewatch it again. But just to let you know, this is the timing of every single session. Now, now here, guys, you can see the pre-New York session starts from 5:30 a.m. Okay, to 8 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, now what I have noticed as a market behavior is that 30 minutes before the 5:30 a.m. or based on New York session or people based on in USA, it's 9:30. Okay, I like to trade the market sessions, or I highlight I put my zones 30 minutes back. So for example, I'll remove all of these drawings. Okay. I'll remove all of my drawings. Okay. And I'll have, where is it? So I will go to indicators and I will put here market session viewer panel by Malkish. Okay, so this one, right? Now, what we will do is that just let me, I don't need that box. No, I don't need the pen labels. Don't need the logins. Okay, so these are the sessions. Okay, so here, New York session, London session, and this is Tokyo session. So this is for gold, right? So as you can see here, guys, that uh, when the market opens, there would be a volume. When the market opens, there is always going to be a volume. When the market opens and the market closes, there is always going to be a volume. So here, this is New York open. This is London open. Now, this is London close. This part is London close, right? And then, sorry, this is New York as well. This is London close, yeah, and New York open. So as you can see, the market goes down and then highly push up. Now, this is Tokyo open, as you can see. There is a London, as you can see. Now, what I'm waiting for, I will take my third trade. I'm just waiting for the candle that is going to be formed here 30 minutes before 30 minutes, which is my timing is based on Dubai timing. So I'm just waiting the New York markets because the New York session is gonna actually exactly open after 45 minutes. Now I will take my trade. I will put my range, my everything, and after uh, 3 5 minutes candles. So I'm just waiting for 15 minutes. I will wait the candle that is going to be forming here because at that point of time, there will be the overlapping between the market. The New York session is starting, it will open. The pre-session is going to start to open. The London is still active and in about to close. Imagine the volume that's going to be there in the market. Okay. How to switch between the different sessions on MT5? There is no switching. There is no switching between the different sessions. You just need the market. Okay. Once you open MT5, you are not going to find anything. You're just going to find it like this. Okay. But this indicator that I showed you, sessions viewer, okay, this is going to help you to understand where is the session. So you can go here. This is Tokyo session. You can make it in blue, London, and here is New York session. Okay. This is what you need, guys. Enable. Okay. So I don't need that table. I don't need that table. This is okay. That's it. Okay. So as you can see, this is Tokyo, this is London, and this is New York session. This is what you do in TradingView, but in MT5, there is no option like this, right? In MT5, you just only execute your trades. Okay? All right. Any question, guys, so far? There is no session viewer in MT5. There is no session viewer in MT5, only on TradingView. So guys, just to let you know, okay, go to TradingView here, go to indicators, okay? So here is the indicator here, and write this session viewer by Mokwish, okay? Once you click it, you will find this session. Now, if you want to have a session breakers, so you will click on the right click and then you put session breaks and then you see here that every single day is composed of three sessions: Tokyo, London, New York. Tokyo, London, New York. The gap, the gap here is for the Sydney session, and no one actually trade the Sydney or Australian session, right? So this is what you need to have only. So this is the daily. So this is the charts in front of you. Now you understand what market is moving, what market is acting in the market. Okay, so the London is about to close. Okay, and New York is about to open. So now I do have a clear mindset that, okay, I'm not gonna trade anything anymore in London. I'm just going to wait for the New York session to open to trade. Why? Because there is a volume. That's it. Okay, so you guys, you need to check. Now, if for example, if we go to GPP, JPY, okay, now you need to see the behavior. Okay, so for the GPP, JPY, should I trade it in London? Yes, of course. Why? Because London opened, Tokyo is already about to close. So you can see that the volume. You can see the volume here. So you can see here, Tokyo is about to close. London is about to open. You can see the amount of volume that happened, right? Okay, the active pair here is the JPY. The active pair here is the GPP. The market start to operate. You can see the volume, right? So you need guys to watch the behavior. I don't force anyone to trade gold. Okay, especially if you are a beginner trader, do not trade gold. But why do people love gold? Because it works all the sessions. It works all the sessions. So that's why people love to trade gold, right? So we are waiting for what's going to happen here. Okay, regardless. You didn't mention oil in any of the sessions. Which session is good for it? Oil can be traded at any session. However, oil is mostly active in the New York session, but it actually depends more on it can be in the Tokyo session very active if there's a geopolitical event. So I do remember when the war started in the Middle East and between Iran and USA, and Iran started to bomb Dubai and bomb all the GCC countries. I took a trade on go in oil in the Tokyo session, which is something that is abnormal because uh, oil is mainly affected by the geopolitical events. At that point of time, the missiles and the drones started to reach the GCC countries. At that point of time, I put some money, I deposited the money, extra money in my trading account, and I bought gold, I bought oil immediately, right? And then I started to see some news, fundamental news, people saying that the price of the oil is going to reach 120 per barrel and so on. So I said, I'll just keep it. It was not a scalping, it was just, a position trade. I just kept it for a week, for 10 days. I took my profit and then I left based on the fundamentals. So you need to understand the behavior of the asset class that you are trading, not just open the chart, anything, and trade it. You need to, if you would like to trade indices, then you need to watch it. How it reacts when the market open, when the market close. Okay? If you would like to trade gold, you need to watch it. Okay? In the market open, in every session, how it works, where is the maximum volume, in which session in the gold, in which days. Okay? This is how you are going to, you know, build a relationship with what are you trading. Okay, because trading is not like, let's try NZD CAD today. Let's try USD. You don't know the behavior because The behavior, actually, it is the most important thing that you need to understand with what you trade. Because if you could identify the behavior, 70% of the work is done. I know what you're going to do. This is a pattern. This is why people say there is a double bottom and so on. These are the patterns. The same thing goes for the asset classes. There are patterns for the asset classes, right? Now, the most important thing, guys, that you need to know here is that the Asia session usually um, is having a low volume. London, it would have a high volume, okay, and then New York also as well would have a high volume. Now, why did I show you this, graph? Because you can describe Asia session as a consolidation, London as a push, New York as a reversal from London or a confirmation to London. Now, this is not a rule. This is just a behavior, okay? Most of the time it happens. What you need to trade here, this. What you need to trade here in terms of currencies, this. And in New York, this. However, you can add gold to all of the sessions, right? Now, um, these are the patterns of the Asia sessions and the New York session and the London because there are correlation between the sessions. If Asia creates a range, okay, for example, Asia was doing like this. When London opens, London is going to break it, either high or low. And then if it break it high, then New York either is going to continue or it's going to reverse. Because if the price goes up very high in London, people would say, let's take the profit. So they will start it to sell when the New York session opens and the market will drop, right? If London performs a stop hunt, New York delivers the real trend. If Asia trends strongly, London may reverse. So these three sentences that I wrote here in my presentation, it is just based on I was watching the market and I saw it happens by 70, 80%, it happens. So I cannot say to you guys, please memorize this. Trading has no memorizing. We do not memorize. We just watch. We analyze. Okay. And we do whatever it takes to, be confident enough to trade a specific asset class. And don't forget that the most important thing in trading is the 1-1-1. What's the 1-1-1? One trade, one strategy, one session. Do not trade the three sessions. Do not trade three asset classes. Do not trade more than two trades per day. Okay? Do this, stick to it on a demo account. Do this in a demo account. Do not trade with real time. Okay? And just stick to it for 30 days. If it didn't pay off, and you didn't see the results, in the next webinar, if you attend this, blame me. Tell me that you are just saying anything. I challenge you, if you have a certain rules and you stick to it and you follow this, I swear that you will start to see the results. I'm in the trading view. Can you go step by step to add the session, not from favorites? Sure, of course. So guys, step by step. Okay, I'm gonna remove the indicator. I'm going to remove the session breaks. I'm not gonna do anything. Now, what you will do, you will go here to the indicator. Okay, and then you will start to write session viewer, sorry, session viewer, sorry, market sessions and viewer. So what you will write, market sessions and viewer panel. and this is the author name, Mokwish. Okay, you will have 2.1K likes. You will just press on that. Okay, it will be added here. Okay, then you can do whatever colors you prefer. Okay, I just like to do it like this. Okay, and then I don't like to have the box, this table. Sorry, I don't like to see the tables here below. I'll just keep it like this, clean, and that's it. That's what I do. That's it. Okay, guys. Thank you, Stefano. Thank you for joining. So just to, we have 3 minutes left. So when do we have a market volume? We have a market open, when the market closes, when there is a high impact news, when there is a geopolitical events, when there is a Trump tweets, you will have volume in the market. So I do trade the market open. Some people trade the market close. Some people only trade the high impact news. I don't know. It depends. What do you want? For me, I just trade the market opens and that's it. Okay? Does TradingView provide trading signals? No. No, guys. Do not PU Prime community. Now, the community is here. Okay. Now, this is the PU Prime community. And if you registered, what you need to do is that you need to open PU Prime website, open your live account. On the left-hand side, you will find the PU Prime community. So let me try to show it to you how you can register. Okay. Anyhow, I'm going to share the link, but there is no specific link for the community. It's gonna take you directly from so this is PU Prime, for example. Okay. This is, of course, you will just enter your email. Okay, and then you will enter your password. You have a live account there. Okay, and then you will go to here. You will find something called PU Prime Community. You will have something called PU Prime Community on the left-hand side, as you can see. So once you click on PU Prime Community, okay, you will it will open a profile. You just need to write your name, your email, and then the PU Prime community will open. Yes, yes, 100%. Of course, of course. I will do that, Checkle, yeah. So once you open this, you will guys go to Educational Hub. So in Educational Hub, this is what you need to learn, okay? Everything, my strategy that I'm doing, the candlesticks. So you have everything here for free. So I'm explaining, for example, the candlesticks because no one speaks about the candlesticks formation, the candlesticks that ends without a wick at the top, without a wick at the bottom, how it works, what does they indicate, and I'm giving you some, just you can trade the candlesticks only, right? And then by the first stage, once you're done with the first stage, okay, once you're done with the first stage, okay, you will find that I have given you in the first thing, in the first stage, a profitable setup. Profitable setup mean that I'm giving you some rules. I'm giving you the what you need to do, what you don't need to do, when you enter, when you exit, when you put your stop loss, and so on. And here is a trade that I took, okay, a live trade on MT5. It shows what's going to happen, and I'm explaining every single thing. I did some mistake in the trade. How did I manage it? Okay, and then I'm just recording the entire trade that I took here with you guys based on the strategy, based on the concepts that I have taught in this stage. All of it, everything is for free. There is nothing to pay, right? So as you can see here, we started to make some profit. Okay, there is no way I'm explaining what is happening in this. How can I identify the zones? Because I identified the zones already, when to sell and when to buy. Okay, so once you watch these videos, you will be able to understand how you can identify the zones as well. The market, it's like a zoo. Each asset is an animal. They all have different cycles and habits. If you want to look a tiger in the eye of the feeding time bad, just have to figure it out. What is it? That's a great description, Rachel, but you need to focus on one single asset class. This is my advice. Section 4, I have to say it's really good, and I'm now trying this on a demo account. Thank you, Atish. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, so I'm waiting for you guys, everyone, to enter to join the Pure Prime community to watch the videos. I was on annual leave. I just came back yesterday, and I will start to be more active on the community. Thank you so much for your time. And if you have, guys, any question, feel free to write it on the general discussion section on the Pure Prime community. I will be replying starting from today. Okay, guys? Thank you so much and have a lovely day, everyone. Thank you, guys. Thank you.